And yes, it's EuroAsia Scrum, and it's David and Sam here on the 1st of October. So the only update really that I have is that I plan to run this tomorrow morning until Sam is sorted out for regularly starting at this time in the morning, 6:30 UTC, and then we can swap around responsibilities shortly.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I need to get a card key. I think it may be well. So the woman who gives out the card key for the building is away. I think until the end of the week, and so hopefully I will speak to her on Friday, and then hopefully I'll get a card key. I mean, if we're unlucky, they'll say right, it takes a month to complete the card key, and yeah. I mean, anyway. Yeah. So, how are things with you otherwise?
Not too much to share really today.
Okay. Not interesting the discussion we just had about procs and lambdas there before the Scrum started.
Yes, you got that from working through a Ruby kata, but you can see the discussion on the Tech Talk chat about that.
Right. Yeah. Well, did the Tech Talk actually end up resolving that issue? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, without giving spoilers for the kata, both. Well, actually, we pretty much did give almost spoilers for the kata. Is that a pretty useful hint, anyways?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll leave it as an open thing there. Yeah. But anybody who just can't wait can get in touch with me and ask if there's a proc on a lambda and all.
Yeah, good. Yes, because we didn't record that because that would be kind of interesting. But yes, this. Yeah, I mean, I'll show my screenshot there, and we can.
Oh well, yeah. Basically, the key difference, at least that I'm aware of, between a proc and a lambda is that a lambda must be called with the number of arguments that the block takes, and complains if you call it with more arguments than that. Whereas the proc will not complain. You can call the proc as long as I think you've called the minimum number of arguments. It's actually, you could just try that. Do you want to do plong1 and see what happens? Plong.call1. And see if it does complain if it has too few arguments. I assume it will, but let's see. Yes. So okay. Well, interestingly, so that we're not getting a complaint there about the number of arguments. It's automatically set the other argument to nil, and it's just trying to do it. So you could, you've got an interesting feature there with proc that one might not have expected, which is that that it automatically sets arguments. To default. So presumably you could, if you had good nil default handling in your proc, you could just call it without any arguments at all. One imagines. Why don't you try plong.call without any arguments and see if we get the same?
Yes, it's the similar error, but yeah, you can't call plus on nil. So
yeah. So I mean, if you typed if you had a different function. So for example, if you hit the up key about 7 times, you get back to the definition of plong. Oh, you're doing reverse search. Okay. Okay. Well, to get back to where you did plong equals proc. That's the one. If you change that, so instead of doing a plus b, it does something like put a comma b. Right, like that, and then hit return. And now just do plong.call.
Yeah. Returns nil.
Yeah, so it sets its arguments to default if necessary, and also ignores additional arguments. So yes, procs appearing to be much more flexible than lambdas in that regard. Dangerously so, perhaps. As I said, with great power comes great responsibility. Right then, so updates from me, I guess. Yes, so I pleasingly found an hour last night of which to work on releasing the next week's material for the AV102 course. I'm glad to have done that. I had to restart some autograders and other bits and pieces, but I think it's all tickety-boo now. I had some great help from Bill and Marion and Paul checking it out. I think realistically it'll become increasingly difficult to run the course as it is in future. I think that the autograders are a bit of a legacy mess, really. Anyway, yes, but so glad to get that out. Thomas has done a great update for zero. I'm hoping that Bill or Paul or Pavel or Aaron or somebody might do another update, or just reuse something else here if that's all right with them. But so that's pretty good. Local support is humming along, actually, particularly with Marion and Michael pairing pretty much every evening for an hour or two by the sound of it, if not longer. And we're actually, we're stomping through the features actually so much so that I actually looked through the entire rest of the icebox today, and I'm actually able to sort of sit back and sort of consider where the project's going. I also wrote a new article. If you look in the articles section, it's a bit of a rough one, but I did a part 2 to my clarifying business logic and writing clean code there. So that probably needs a couple of passes through. Just to, I would love to get all the dot the I's and cross the T's, but partly because I'm sort of on the train doing this, and all my pairing now is at Makers rather than on Agile Ventures. This is sort of this is me talking to myself on the train, basically.
Yeah.
In the absence of a pairing partner.
Yes, and with no internet.
Yes, indeed. So that's explains maybe where I'm coming from there. Very pleased to see the site seems to be stable. Yarrow and Thomas and somebody all collaborated over the weekend to do that. Fantastic. That's wonderful. Makes me feel very positive.
Yes, it's marvelous.
Yeah, and yes, I guess the 2 things on my mind are Autograders client meeting this evening, which I'm handing off to someone else for this now 2-weekly switch, and both with the Autograders and local support. I'm trying to do only run client meetings every couple of weeks, and maybe have other people do it in the intermediate weeks. So I do need to prep for that. I want to see if Michael is interested in running a local support meeting with Rachel this week. I haven't touched base with him, and then also the other thing that's on my horizon is the 169 MOOC is starting up, and what's my brain saying there? It is the one thing that I think that needs to be done before that is there was a whole series of edits that went through for the early videos that are kind of a bit screwed up, and I would love to get Mike Smith-Nova or somebody with good similar edit studio skills on that. But on that note, Mike Smith-Nova, amongst others, are looking at this pilot being paid for TA. That was something that you were interested in as well, David, wasn't it?
That's right. Yes.
Yes. Did I pass your contact details on to Jonathan Payne from?
Well, did you CC me on that?
Yeah. Have you had an email from him?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I will. Because he wants more people. I'll do that. I'll do that right now. Because he's been in touch with Tiffany and Thomas and Mike Smith-Nova, and yeah. So I'll put you in touch with him.
Right.
But I think that's about the size of it. The only other thing was I was thinking, I kind of went on Berlin 2 days ago when we scrummed. Did I mention one of the things that I'll certainly be considering or promoting if we don't have a big jump in the number of people coming into Agile Ventures after this next run of the AV102 and the MOOC, is maybe trying to move towards some sort of membership fee for Agile Ventures.
Yes, you mentioned that. Yeah.
I did mention that. Okay. Yes. So. Is it else? Yeah, no, that's probably not worth going into any more detail at the moment. Oh, but yesterday we had a Makers alumni in a big pairing session with Thomas. So actually helped some people out, and that was nice to see. So yeah, there we go.
Right.
About all for now, unless you've got anything else occurs to you, David?
Yeah, one question. We have overrun, but yeah, one question is: where do people go to hear about the AV102 iteration and how to become students on it?
Oh, right. It's basically, I'll just find the link. I mean, there's an AV102 chat in the Slack, and but I think anybody can go to this. I'll post a link into the group chat in order to sign up for the course. It's just here. So it's just, week 1 is just sort of an intro weekend. So week 2 is just being released. So you found the chat, and since you're on the chat, I can post the these. Well, anyone? Okay.
Okay. So it's a bit smaller than last time around, with 51 people on the chat.
Well, I think there's now about 150 in there, actually. I think the way when with the initial sign up, but there were some follow up emails.
It's only showing me 51 here.
Let's see. When you say in that Slack group,
yes.
Yes. I think there's 51 in there, and there's 173 people actually signed up for the course.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So I mean, that's partly because we've switched off the old chat system, and we're now, like, rather than people being automatically added to the IRC as they were doing it through the edX interface, we're inviting them into Slack. So they have to actually respond to the email and say, yes, I want to be in Slack. And
okay, so people are getting this link from an email because they were previous.
Yeah, we did an email through the thing for the people who would actually just all the people who've done the previous route. It doesn't give us the ability to target those who completed it, but the idea is. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, Derek in Berkeley has now fixed it. There was an SSL issue that was stopping the IRC chats from working. I'd already started removing them from maybe 1 or 2. They do now work in principle, but just to be honest, I don't think we can handle the maintenance for them. And so I made the decision last night to take them out of into and just file everybody into Slack. What would be nice would be to have some mechanism to show that. I think we could just, because it is a web version of the Slack, so we could put an iframe in edX and just show the Slack there, and people who were logged into it would then work for them, and that would serve as a. Anyway, I mean, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we put that link in the topic, or shall we let people ask for it?
Yeah, sure. I'll put it in there. Just so people can find it quite easily. It's good. Good stuff. Nice one. All right.
Okay. Good.
Good show. Well, I'll let you know as soon as I can take over these scrums and we'll swap round, and but I'll look forward to catching up with you maybe tomorrow.
Okay, maybe we should put it in for.
While you're doing that, I'll just.
Okay. Right. I'll stop the broadcast there.